2016 had all the makings of a scandalous, spicy, thrilling Bollywood potboiler with twists and turns that took the world by surprise and left us with a strong belief that nothing is impossible. From shocking election results, demonetization and murder mysteries to stories of petty political maneuvers and heartwarming successes. Here's a look at the top newsmakers of 2016, people who played a pivotal role in the biggest news stories of the year.
Everybody. Thank you.
Lo and behold, the president-elect of the United States of America, a man who won the hotly contested race to the White House despite charges of sexual abuse, rape, racism, tax fraud and links with the mafia.
I will build a great wall on our southern border, and I will have Mexico pay for that wall. Mark my words. And he referred to my hands. If they're small, something else must be small. I guarantee you there's no problem. I guarantee it. And he went after me on the plane. Yeah, I'm going to go after. Believe me, she would not be my first choice, that I can tell you. Man.
Yes, you heard it right. This is the man who's going to be the new commander-in-chief of America, the most powerful man in the world. Donald Trump, the billionaire real estate tycoon and reality TV star, defeated his Democratic rival Hillary Clinton with a comfortable margin in an election that proved that Americans can be as unpredictable as Indians. She may not have made it to the Oval Office, but Hillary Clinton won the majority vote and was among the top newsmakers of 2016. From becoming the first Lady of the United States to win a public office, first FLOTUS to become Secretary of State, First Lady to run for the White House, to becoming the first woman in America's 240-year-old history to lead the presidential ticket for a major political party. Hillary scripted history with her campaign in an election that will go down as the dirtiest and most scandalous ever.
I congratulated Donald Trump and offered to work with him on behalf of our country. I hope that he will be a successful president for all Americans. This is not the outcome we wanted or we worked so hard for, and I'm sorry that we did not win this election for the values we share and the vision we hold for our country.
Her campaign opened up Pandora's box with the Republicans digging out all controversies from her decades spent in public life. From the email scandal to the charge that she threatened and intimidated women who were sexually assaulted by her husband, former President Bill Clinton, Hillary had to battle a barrage of accusations in the race to the White House. His decision to hold a referendum led to Britain's exit from the European Union. British Prime Minister David Cameron resigned after the shock results of the referendum, creating headlines around the globe. He, however, defended his decision, saying it was important to get people's consent on vital subjects.
In my view, we should aim to have a new Prime Minister in place by the start of the Conservative Party conference in October. A negotiation with the European Union will need to begin under a new Prime Minister. And I think it's right that this new Prime Minister takes the decision about when to trigger Article 50 and start the formal and legal process of leaving the EU.
Those who welcomed Brexit said it would boost anti-establishment political movements, especially the far-right political parties in Western Europe. Financially, Brexit is estimated to cause a loss of $2.4 to $27 billion to the UK, as EU leaders say they cannot allow London to maintain its position as a financial centre of Europe after the split. You can criticize him for his multiple tours abroad, from shying away from Parliament and for his election jumlas, but you can't fault him on his ability to stay in the news. Prime Minister Modi ended last year with a surprise visit to Islamabad, and by this year was making headlines for sanctioning a surgical strike in Pakistan in retaliation to the Uri terror attack.
जब हमारे सेना के बहादुर जवानों ने सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक किया, सीमा पार बड़ा हड़कंप मच गया.
The second big surprise from the Prime Minister's stables came on the 8th of November when he announced the government's decision to discontinue 500 and 1,000 rupee notes. In one stroke, currency worth 17 lakh crores was demonetized and people across the country were forced to queue up outside banks. The decision was hailed by the BJP as the Prime Minister's surgical strike on black money and saw the man cry in public on 3 separate occasions as he defended his move. Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Jayalalithaa passed away this December after undergoing treatment at Chennai's Apollo Hospital for almost 75 days. She had been admitted with complaints of dehydration and fever and died following a cardiac arrest. Her death has created a vacuum of leadership not just in the AIADMK but also in Tamil Nadu. Leading up to her death, rumour mills were abuzz with stories of Jayalalithaa being critically ill. The state police cracked down on social media users and even arrested a few people under the IT Act. The Chief Minister was kept under tight security and no one was allowed to meet her for more than 2 months. Kanhaiya Kumar, president of the Students' Union of Jawaharlal Nehru University, made a debut on the national stage after he was arrested on charges of sedition in February this year. In a dramatic police crackdown, Kanhaiya was picked up from campus for organising an event at which anti-national slogans and some in favour of Afzal Guru were allegedly raised. The controversy led to a huge students' protest not just in JNU but at universities across the country. After the student leader's arrest, several other students were also picked up by the police. It did not end at that. Kanhaiya was assaulted by a group of lawyers while being produced in court for a bail hearing as the police failed to intervene or control the chaos. The National Human Rights Commission called the assault organised and pre-planned. The matter was subsequently taken up by the High Court, with the Supreme Court directing the centre to ensure proper security inside court premises. The Iron Lady of Manipur called off her indefinite hunger strike against the imposition of the stringent Armed Forces Special Powers Act after 16 long years. Irom Sharmila broke her fast with a drop of honey and announced her decision to enter politics. She called for like-minded people to join her in her battle against the Chief Minister and the centre.
To go out. I need to go out from here to try to fulfill my goal.
You want to contest elections?
Yes.
Will you find the 20 people who you are looking for? You think you'll find them?
You mean when?
You said you want 20 people to come together and fight elections with you.
But people can't realize they deliberately misunderstood of my ideology.
What came as a surprise was a response from locals who turned against their hero within minutes of her breaking her fast. She earned a lot of flack for calling off a hunger strike and wanting to marry a British national. 2016, it was a year when a reality TV star won the race to the White House. Indian currency worth 17 lakh crores was demonetized. A student was arrested and booked for sedition for allegedly raising anti-India slogans, and Britain voted to leave the Eurozone. Here's a look at the people who played a pivotal role in the biggest news stories of the year. tycoon Indrani Mukherjee hit headlines in 2016 for her role in the sensational Sheena Bora murder case. Wife of former CEO of Star TV Peter Mukherjee, Indrani was initially accused of murdering her sister, burning her body and disposing it off near a farmhouse in Lonavala. As a high-profile murder mystery unraveled, it emerged that Sheena was in fact Indrani's daughter from a previous marriage, a fact that she had hidden from her entire family. She was accused of killing Sheena as she did not approve of her relationship with Peter's son Rahul. It was a story that captured headlines for months as the police investigated the complex web of Indrani's multiple marriages and the motive behind the involvement of her husband Sanjeev Khanna. The case is now being investigated by the CBI and Peter Mukherjee has joined his wife behind bars. The MNS staged protests across the state and threatened theatre owners with vandalism if they screen the movie. Their anger was directed at Pakistani artists in Bollywood in general. But because it was Fawad's movie that was slated to hit theatres, he was dragged into the controversy despite not being in the country. Make it to the list, but here are some others who hit headlines in 2016. Vijay Mallya, the snazzy liquor baron who escaped the country with hundreds of crores. Actor Salman Khan for saying he felt like a rape victim after wrestling scenes Zul Sultan. Cricketer Karan Nair for smashing a triple ton against England. And Priyanka Chopra for hitting headlines internationally with her appearance at the White House Correspondents' Dinner and the Oscar red carpet. That's all we could pack into our special broadcast. Hope you have a wonderful new year.